Anyway, I suppose we should do something about a hot topic, shouldn't we? And I'll go and actually find that link that was posted in our little chat. So bear with me for a second. But the idea here is that the word is going around that Iron Maiden possibly cooking up something very much for Jesus Christ, Facebook owns. Facebook can go in the bin later on for changing their fucking layout every goddamn. But but there's a rumor kicking around now, and I'm going to find this link. Here we go. That Iron Maiden are doing something a bit sort of not quite sure what's happening with it because there's a it's a big link. It's in the comments now. Check it out. But it's a Iron Maiden Belshazzar's Feast writing on the wall. It's a teaser. There's some T-shirts and stuff going on with this. There's a bit going into it. It's a bit when you start digging into it, Iron Maiden haven't released an album since 2015, so they've had some time, which is not unusual for them, but it's a long time now. They have been very subtly teasing this for a little while now. When you start, did you read the article, Tim, when it went through the?
Yeah.
So when you dig into it, there's a fair bit there, and it looks like that. So there's something slated to happen on July 15, if I'm correct. It's July 15. So it's a bit of a what's going on kind of a moment here. So we're not quite sure. No one really knows for certain at all. But like I said, there's multiple people. It's almost like the long play wrestling tees where they start wearing T-shirts and all that sort of stuff. It's a very long con kind of a thing going on here. So well played to them if they are doing it. But I don't know. You read it. What did you think of it?
I thought this was a if this is done by design, it's fantastic. You know, this is using the internet to your advantage.
Yes.
To build up hype, and they're showing everybody how it's done. Frankly, if that's the case, and to be honest, it may not be a new album. It may be like an anniversary release. It may be a live compilation. It may be a new run of T-shirts or something. It doesn't have to be a new album. I'd love it to be a new album, but well, whatever it is, they've managed to steal the news cycle for a day, which these days counts for a lot because it's just very difficult to do. And when you look into it, it's really quite clever if it is deliberate.
Yes. Yeah, I'll agree with you completely. I believe it is deliberate because there's too much going into it. I know it's a stretch to connect the dots. Once you have connected the dots, there's a lot to take in that says something is coming. So they've done it very, like you said, exceptionally clever. This is really, really smart. And when it comes to using the internet to your advantage, it's been known for a while that Iron Maiden do that because they look at things like where the Spotify plays are happening as to work out where they're going to go and tour. So that's all been a part of it. The writing on the wall lettering that's been referenced in this was also on the flyer for the tour that's been postponed in Australia, obviously, but for the rest of the stuff going on. So it could be a new version of the live show for all we know, or it could be it could be a movie for all we know, or something that they've got cooked up in another video game. It could be anything at all. They've been across all forms of media. I would love a new album, but either way, I probably think we're going to get something on that date. I think it's too much coincidence to not have something land on that date. What it is could be anyone's guess because they've.
It's like the heavy metal version of the Mayan calendar.
Yeah. Which is actually kind of fitting considering the last album as well. So
yes, yeah.
It's all been very smart, well played out. So I don't know. We know they're very switched on with how they do things, and I love how if it is something that no one knows what's happening, which is remarkable, especially like you were saying in this day and age, to not know for sure what's happening 6 weeks out. That's pretty big.
Yeah. But at the same time, they're giving themselves enough time to actually, plug it and announce something.
Exactly.
Again, like I said, it's just putting themselves in a news cycle for an extra, 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
rather than using one full day for that. You have one full day for this, then you have another day for the announcement, another day for a single, and you go from there.
I think that now this story has dropped on Loudwire, the ones talking about it today. The now that this has
Everyone
dropped, you'll
else will
see
jump on it.
yeah, everyone else, and then you'll start to see more overt hints coming from the band in the coming weeks. It'll be a very carefully orchestrated campaign, very well thought out. If they've gone to this much detail to be so subtle so far, they will ramp it up in due course. They'll have this thing mapped out, and they would have had it mapped out for at least 12 months, I reckon.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
well played. If you're not sure, hit the link in the comments and let us know what you think as well. Tim, T1000, our other Tim, good friend of ours, he's jumped in to say, better not be another live album. They've released about 15 so far. Yeah, that's true.
That's true, but I'll listen to it again. I'll still listen to it.
I think everyone will listen to it anyway. But yeah, he is hoping for something very cool and interesting. We'll go with an early bin. Dean has jumped in with early bins. My bin for this week is 25,000 at the G, but not even 100 people in a bar watching bands and postponed after postponed. Yes, There's a bit of trouble about that. I won't get into the particulars. There's enough, let's say, confusion when it comes to health at the moment. I won't get involved in that conversation any further than that, considering what the Prime Minister and the state leaders have done over the last 72 hours.
Prime Minister's an idiot.
He is an idiot. He can fuck off. He is as useless as tits on a ball. That one, he can get in the bin permanently and just stay in there. But yeah, that's what we got going on. We'll get some reviews in a moment. But yeah, if you've got any thoughts on what are you hoping for? Here's a question for everyone out there. What are you hoping for to happen on, if assuming something does happen, which we are pretty sure, July 15, Iron Maiden, what are you actually hoping for? If you're watching this, tuning in later on, watching live with us now, whatever, get in the comments or, whatever, and let us know what you're hoping for on July or middle of July, July 15, wherever it is, and we'll hopefully find out in due course. But I'm hoping for an album personally, but whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be interesting, if nothing else, so they don't disappoint in that regard. Anything else you want to add to that?
No.
No.